And a check. We on. Yes, sir. Let me just make sure the stream's good. Let me see if I got everything loaded up and stuff. Hold on. Am I live? Audio check. Audio. Boom, that's good. Now we got to go to YouTube, make sure we live on there too. If you guys are just joining in, we're going to talk about the Iran controversy. We're going to start this off with the Scary Movie 6 trailer first, though. I'm pretty excited about that. Let me see. Trailer. Yeah. Boom. We on, bro. We are on. Yes, sir. All right, guys. So we're going to start this off with the good stuff, bro. Scary Movie 6 official trailer. This is exactly what we needed during these troubling times. These chaotic, so depressing, woke times. You know, this goes to show that woke truly is dead. Really. And good comedy is making a comeback. Let's get into it. A lot of people are upset about this. Not a lot of people. Probably like there's a small minority that's upset about this trailer, which is what makes it that much better.
Guess who's back?
Shit.
Back again.
My God, he stabbed her! Not her! My pronouns are they, them. He stabbed them!
We back.
Attention, please.
There's a serial killer on the loose.
Hello, Tuesday.
I had been preparing for this for years.
Hello, Mother. You look like shit.
Should we hug? I really want to, but I'm a Republican now, so I'm supposed to be racist.
Oh, girl, I think all white people are racist anyway. Come here.
Okay. Oh.
This looks like a time for me.
Hey there, we heard tell of a Halloween party. We're here to drink, play bad music, do some half gay shit.
Why just half gay?
Sink.
Stop smiling!
Run, bitch, run!
Mom, Santa gave me a severed arm.
Be sure to thank him.
What the?
Cause we need a little controversy. Cause it feels so empty without me.
Somebody help! Help!
Bitch, we on break. So you handle yours. I'll be right over here eating my falafel and my pork rinds. Bitch.
Guess who's back?
Bro, I'm so excited about this movie, dude. I haven't been excited to watch a movie in like, I would say a few years, ever since Endgames, right? I haven't been excited to watch a movie since Endgames. That seems about accurate. And this one I'm excited about. And it's well needed. This is perfect timing. The song says it itself. The world needs some controversy. We need some controversial comedy. That's what we need right now. And great timing. Now, it was supposed to release at a later date, but Marlon Wayne is giving it to us earlier.
Yo, what's up, son? Yo, check it out. We are currently in the edit for a Scary Movie. I have some good news and I got some bad news. The bad news is we're no longer going to be releasing on June 12th. The good news is, due to the overwhelming response and the worldwide excitement, we are releasing a week earlier. That's right, June 5th. is the new date for Scary Movie. We're starting off the summer with a bang and a laugh fest. So, I'm really excited about coming early. Okay, that didn't come out right. But hey, some of y'all might think it's a premature release. But hey, we doing it. See y'all there.
I'm excited. I'm excited. You guys let me know in the comments if you're excited about this movie too, because I'm pretty hype about it. Now, on to more serious matters. On to more serious things, guys. There was a issue at the Senate with a Marine, or at least I think he's a Marine. U.S. Marine protesting war in Iran, forcibly removed from the Senate. So we're going to react to this, and we're going to break this down.
Out. No one wants to fight for Israel.
His hand, his hand. Oh, his hand.
Sir. Let go of your hand. Let go of the door. Let go of the door. The senator broke his hand. Sitting U.S. senator just broke the hand of a Marine. Sir. Control your Senate. We're stuck in the door. Okay. Sir. A U.S. senator just broke the hand of a Marine. Hand's stuck. A U.S. senator just broke the hand of a Marine. You're a coward. Punk. Why'd you say that? Senator? That's why you got kicked out, fat ass. Everybody sit down, please. Sit down, please. Everybody sit down, please. Everybody sit down, please.
I'm getting out of here.
That's fine. Everybody sit down, please. Is your hand okay? Okay. No, it's not.
This is disgusting. Disgusting.
Just pull it out.
Last
Bro,
night, we sunk their prize ship.
This needs some right? This needs some context. So this guy came in there and he knew exactly what he was gonna do. A matter of fact, I could let him say it for himself. Hold on. I have the video right here. Boom.
Hey guys, I'm here in DC trying to speak out against the Senate and ask them why they're going to send our men and women to harm's way when our elected officials said that there would be no war. Anybody who feels disillusioned and betrayed by our government, you're not alone. Join us in demanding accountability for this betrayal. Free Palestine, free America. Let's go. Hey guys, I'm here.
I 100% agree with him. 100%.
DC trying to speak out against the Senate and ask them why they're going to send our men and women to harm's way when our elected officials said that there would be no war. Anybody who feels disillusioned and betrayed by our government, you're not alone.
Now, I don't feel disillusioned and betrayed, right? I mean, disillusioned is the same word for lying, but yeah, I feel lied to 100% because I voted for no wars. I voted for world peace, really. That's what I was promised. You know, we did not get that. That was a major L. But I can't say I didn't see this coming. I saw it coming maybe 2 months ago. You know, a lot of content creators I listened to were speaking about it. Myron Gaines. Myron Gaines is a good person to listen to on this topic. But yeah, I saw it coming. I saw it coming. It couldn't be ignored anymore.
Join us in demanding accountability for this betrayal.
They did betray us. That is 100%. You know, he's not wrong. He is not wrong. Now, here.
U.S. Senator just broke the hand of a Marine.
The U.S. Senator, right, just to put some icing on the cake. The U.S. senator should have never got involved in escorting this guy out. They had security. I don't know why he did that. He put himself in a bad predicament. He's a fucking idiot. And I don't even know what the senator's name was. Yeah. Outlet to see this in America. I'm from Montana, and I haven't trusted any politician my entire life. Now I know why. Yeah, they lied to us. This is 100%. Let me see if they got an update on this.
Stand up as a Marine and stand up for America. No one wants to fight for Israel.
Oh, you fucking heard it. You see, this, I didn't hear it like this. Look.
Fight for Israel.
You can hear it.
Why are you here? Why are you getting arrested?
Free Palestine, from the halls of Mount Azupla to the shores of Tripoli. Palestine will be free.
Oh my God, they broke his arm. Oh man. We just witnessed a Marine veteran interrupting the hearing, and they broke his arm.
Why did he interfere?
Because there is a war in Iran, and our military brothers and sisters are going to die for Israel, and we are here to say no. We do not support Israel. We do not want to die for Israel. Stop the war in Iran right now.
And what did they do to him?
They pulled him out, got his arm trapped in a door, broke his arm, tackled him.
With all due respect, right? He kind of broke his own arm. You know what I mean? But it was for the right reason. It was for a statement, you know, and it worked. It worked. I would have not seen this video had it not been him breaking his hand and going viral.
Him to the ground. It was a very, very intense situation.
America does not want to fight this war in Iran, and the soldiers don't, right, Brian?
No, they don't. American citizens don't want to send their sons and daughters to fight in Iran. We're fighting for Israel.
One more leg, just so you don't trip it off, please.
Dude, there's a lot of this going on. There's a lot of we're fighting for Israel, we're fighting. And bro, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know what the fuck to believe because the conspiracies are all over the place. Everybody has a fucking opinion. It's all over the place. It's hard to know what's true, what's factual, what's fiction. Bro, I was watching a video of, I think it was Iran bombing Saudi Arabia, and I was like, yo, this is the footage. And turns out it was fucking AI. Like, I'm not Andrew Tate on this situation. I believe there's a war, right? There's a war. You know, it's obvious. Now, I'm just saying it's hard to follow it because everybody has a fucking opinion and it's all over the place. You know? It would be nice to be pointed in the right direction to a non-biased source. But, I mean, that's difficult to do. You know? And then I came across this video. Hold on.
Trump decided to...
All right. Let me see if I can refresh this. All right. There you go. I got it. All right. I found this video. I don't even know if this is bullshit or not, but it is, what is the proper word for it? Give me time to think. It is a wild conspiracy. That is the best words I could put towards it right now at the moment.
That Donald Trump decided to bomb Iran was that the Israelis said, if you don't bomb Iran to take out these deep bunkers, we're going to use nuclear weapons.
That's a crazy allegation. That's the right word.
And they had never threatened that before. And so Trump said, bombing Iran might actually save us from the start of World War III if it keeps the Israelis from using nuclear weapons.
So according to your source, the Israelis told the President of the United States that if he did not use the United States military power to bomb the nuclear facilities in Iran, Israel, acting on its own, would use nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
Do you see why there's a problem with that statement, John?
Yeah.
Because they've never fucking admitted that they've had them.
That's right.
So you're telling me that they just admitted to the President of the United States that they have nuclear weapons and we still do not have them in the IAEA treaty.
I mean, if Israeli nuclear whistleblowers are to be believed, yeah, they started working on them in the 50s. They got them around the late 60s or the early 70s. The reason that Donald Trump...
That's crazy, bro. If that is true. If it is true, that is crazy. You know, I don't know, bro. What do you guys think? Like, what do you guys think? Because I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. And then we got Professor Zhang. Forgive me if I'm butchering his name. Professor Zhang, right? Predicts the U.S. will lose the Iran war. Bro, what are you saying, bro? Not only did we go into a war I didn't even vote for, and I would argue majority of Americans didn't want, now you're saying there's a possibility that we lose this war?
All right, guys, we've got yet another heavy hitter guest and first-time guest on the show, Professor Zhang. He is the star of the popular YouTube channel Predictive History. He uses game theory to analyze past, current, and to predict future geopolitical events. And he joins us now. Professor, great to have you.
Good to see you, sir.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, of course. So, for people who aren't familiar with your work, I wanted to show folks that back in 2024, you made 3 big predictions. 1, that Trump would win. 2, that he would start a war with Iran. And 3, that the U.S. would lose that war. Let's take a listen to that.
In this class this semester, I'm making 3 big predictions, right? First is that Trump will win in November. Second is that the United States will go to war against Iran. And the third big prediction is that the United States will lose this war, which will forever change the global order.
So obviously that last one is the only one that has not yet come to fruition. Is quite a stunning prediction. You know, do you stand by it, and what have you seen so far that leads you to sort of stand firm in that conclusion?
I want to know, like, what kind of intel is he getting, dude?
So, given my analysis of how the war is progressing, I think that Iran has many more advantages over the United States. The reality is that right now, it's a war of attrition between the United States and Iran. And the Iranians have been preparing 20 years for this conflict. In their eschatology, in their religion, this is a war against the great Satan. They've had many practice runs. Last June was a 12-day war when the Iranians were able to examine and analyze the strike capacities of both the Israelis and the Americans. And they've had...
That is true. That is true. I didn't even think about that. Like, strategically, that would be the wise thing to do, is to watch how the U.S. and Israel would move.
A lot of time, 8 months, to prepare fully for this new attack. They, through their proxies, the Houthis, Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Shia militias, have been able to really grasp the American mentality. And now they have a pretty good strategy of how to weaken and ultimately destroy the American empire. So what the Iranians are doing is they're waging war against the entire global economy. And so they are striking the GCC countries. And not only are they striking GCC countries, American bases, but they're going after the critical energy infrastructure
of these bases. They blocked off the Strait of Hormuz, and eventually they will go after the water desalination plants, which is the lifeblood of these nations because they don't have fresh water supply. In fact, the water desalination plants provides 60% of the GCC's water supply. So if a drone, and these drones cost $50,000, if they wiped out a desalination plant in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and it's a city of 10 million people, right? They'd be out of water in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. And right now, the Iranians have de facto closed off the Strait of Hormuz, and the GCC gets 90% of its food from the Strait of Hormuz. So I know a lot of people are talking about the disruptions to the global economy, but right now, the Iranians are actually threatening the very existence of Saudi Arabia, UAE, Bahrain, Qatar. And why this is important is that the Gulf states are really the linchpin of the American economy. So what they do is they sell petrodollars and then they recycle the petrodollars back into the American economy through the investments in the stock market.
For those of you guys that don't know what the petrodollar is, the petrodollar is a system where basically we use the American dollar to get oil. Basically, right? I think I'm right. I think I'm right on that. Let me search that up real quick. I think I simplified it like too easily. The petrodollar is a system in global practice of pricing and trading oil exclusively in US dollar. Okay, so I was right. I just oversimplified it, right? Back to the video.
And right now, we know that the entire American economy is propped up by AI investments in data centers. And a lot of that comes from the Gulf states. So if the Gulf states are no longer able to sell oil, and they're no longer able to finance AI, this AI bubble in the United States, then this AI bubble will burst, and with it will burst as well the entire American economy, which is really a financial Ponzi scheme.
Right.
So that's a dire situation that the Americans are facing right now.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, sir, an Amazon data center was literally hit in the UAE. And now, of course, big tech companies, which were looking at the UAE as a major potential data center investment hub with cheap and abundant energy, probably going to be rethinking that. We also wanted to talk to you about munitions. We can put this next one up here on the screen. The United States is racing to accomplish Iran mission before munitions run out. This is specifically around interceptor math. There's a famous video just from yesterday in Israel, which shows a single Iranian ballistic missile, which is being targeted by some 11 different interceptors, all of which miss. Most of those come from the United States, not to mention all of the different bases, the GCC countries that you just talked about, and the asymmetry of the cost. It's $1 million for a missile, tens of millions per interceptor in some of these cases. With these munitions running out, how's probably going to be...
As well as the entire American economy, which is...
My bad, guys. I needed to rewind because I needed to understand this part.
Really a financial Ponzi scheme.
Right.
So that's a dire situation that the Americans are facing right now.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, sir, an Amazon data center was literally hit in the UAE. And now, of course, big tech companies, which were looking at the UAE as a major potential data center investment hub with cheap and abundant energy, probably going to be rethinking that. We also wanted to talk to you about munitions. We can put this next one up here on the screen. The United States is racing to accomplish Iran mission before munitions run out. This is specifically around interceptor math. There's a famous video just from yesterday in Israel, which shows a single Iranian ballistic missile, which is being targeted by some 11 different interceptors, all of which miss. Most of those come from the United States, not to mention all of the different bases, the GCC countries that you just talked about, and the asymmetry of the cost. It's $1 million for a missile, tens of millions per interceptor in some of these cases. With these munitions running out, how does that change the global picture? So you're in China, obviously, much of the stocks in Asia of the United States are likely to have to be cannibalized if this were to go on. How's that going to affect the global picture here?
Right. So my first point is that the United States military is not designed to fight a 21st century war. Remember, the military-industrial complex came to being after World War II, and it was designed to fight the Cold War. And the Cold War was really about muscle flexing, about who was able to send people up into space, who was the first to get the person on the moon, who had the more complex missile systems. And so the entire American military strategy revolves around very sophisticated technology that costs a lot of money to build, and that's what the American air defense system is basically, and that's why we're seeing this asymmetry, as you point out, in this war, where you have these $1 million missiles trying to take out these $50,000 drones, and it's not sustainable in the long term. And so what we're seeing is really the puncturing of the aura of invincibility and inevitability that sustained American hegemony for the past 20 years, especially after the collapse of the Soviet Union. And this is really a reordering of not just the global economy, because this signals the collapse of the petrodollar, and with it, the entire US dollar-based reserve currency system, but also the global hegemony of the United States. We're moving towards a multipolar world.
Professor, this morning, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth was asked a question about potential ground troops in Iran. He refused to rule out that possibility. And he said, oh, well, we're not going to project to you what we will or will not do, but we don't want to, rule anything out. We will do what it takes. Do you think that America will end up invading Iran from the ground, since it's already becoming relatively clear they won't be able to accomplish the goal of regime change or even regime collapse using just air power alone?
Right. So everyone says that the worst calamity that could happen in the United States is if it were to send ground troops into Iran. At the same time, the United States are committed to regime change in Iran. We've never had a precedent in history where you were able to regime change from the air alone. You need ground troops. And so unfortunately, what's going to happen over the next few months is that pressure will build on America to send ground troops, especially from the GCC countries and from Israel, which are being pouted right now by the Iranians. So remember that if the GCC countries, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE, Bahrain, if they go, then the petrodollar goes with them. So the Americans need to protect these countries, and these countries are going to demand that either the Americans bribe the Iranians to cease, and this is like $5 trillion in indemnity, okay? Or send ground troops to wipe out the Iranian threat once and for all. And I know that there's no political will for ground troops to be used against Iran among the American people. But remember that 78% of American people was against initial strikes against Iran in the first place.
Right. And one of the things that really comes into question.
That's true. I did not want this war. There's a lot of dumbasses out there that sit there and they're like, war, but no one wants to send our troops out to a suicide mission, bro.
I think with all of this, sir, when we're looking at the geopolitical picture and the sacrificing in much of this from the United States on behalf of Israel, is kind of a question as to who and what wanted this. We were actually curious for your view on a disputed report here from the Washington Post. We can put it up here on the screen, F3. A push from the Saudis. Israel helped move Trump to attack Iran. Now, this has been internally disputed by Saudi Arabia, saying that they did not push the Trump administration to attack Iran. However, this is clearly an authorized leak from our own government, trying to at least lay some of the blame on behalf of the GCC. What do you make of this analysis and of this narrative that Saudi Arabia was also trying to be behind this push to bomb Iran?
So I've always argued that both Saudi Arabia and Israel are heavily invested in regime change in Iran. In fact, Saudi Arabia sees Iran as much more of an existential crisis than Israel. Because remember, Israel still has nuclear weapons, and Israel is a very diverse, very sophisticated economy, whereas Saudi Arabia is completely reliant on oil. And it's always had problems with Iran because Iran is a theocracy opposed to the Saudi monarchy. Iran funds and equips the Houthis, which have been antagonistic towards Saudi Arabia for the longest time. And right now, the Saudi economy is suffering. It's been trying to pivot towards more of a tourist economy. That's why they brought in Ronaldo. That's why they're switching to e-gaming. That's why they're building something called a line, NEOM. And all these things are not working out. So they need to be able to control the oil resources of the entire Middle East if they are to survive and thrive as a nation. So I do believe that this reporting is credible, even though it does make Saudi Arabia look bad. But remember, Saudi Arabia says that they wanted peace, but they are helping the Israelis and the Americans attack Iran right now because they're allowing the Israelis and Americans to use Saudi airspace.
So help us understand, because it still feels to me like there's some pieces that don't totally add up. You had, in advance of this war on Iran, you had top military brass, up to the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, saying, this is a really bad idea. We are not ready for this. All the math on the interceptors that's been talked about for months.
I'm going to be right back, guys. I'm going to use the restroom, but I'm going to let this video play for y'all.
At this point, and yet Trump still decided to go ahead. What is the calculus that he was making here that led him to take what already appears to be catastrophic actions?
Right. Okay. So this is the key question. Why do they do this? I think there are three possibilities. Okay. And I think all three possibilities are valid. The first is the idea of hubris. If you look at history, this is how empires behave. So the Mindoro kidnapping was quick, successful, and it was adrenaline rush for Trump. And that made him overconfident in the capacity of the American military. Okay, so hubris is a factor, and we see this throughout history. Why did Hitler invade Stalin? Because he conquered Europe really easily, and he thought it was invincible, right? And that led to the destruction of the German army in the Soviet Union. So hubris is a factor. Then you have to look at internal political calculus, where even though America does not benefit from this war against Iran, Trump himself personally benefits. Why? Because the Saudis and Israelis are bribing him to attack Iran. Remember that the Saudis invested $2 billion in the private equity fund of Jared Kushner, who is the son-in-law of Donald Trump. And the Israelis, through Miriam Adelson, have been financing Trump's political career. Right? So Miriam Adelson to the of the American military. Okay, so hubris is a factor, and we see this throughout history. Why did Hitler invade Stalin? Because he conquered Europe really easily, and he thought it was invincible, right? And that led to the destruction of the German army in the Soviet Union. So hubris is a factor. Then you have to look at internal political calculus, where even though America does not benefit from this war against Iran, Trump himself personally benefits. Why? Because the Saudis and Israelis are bribing him to attack Iran. Remember that the Saudis invested $2 billion in the private equity fund of Jared Kushner, who is the son-in-law of Donald Trump. And the Israelis, through Miriam Adelson, have been financing Trump's political career. Right? So Miriam Adelson, a few months back, said that she will put up $250 million if Trump were to run a third term. So Trump is getting a lot of financial and political support from the Saudis and Israelis. Also remember that if this war goes sideways and
bribery? Is that what's being said?
Trump is forced to use ground troops, he will probably get approval from Congress, and this will give him emergency war powers, which will allow him to influence the midterms. So Trump is thinking about a third term. And I think at the ballot box, he probably won't get it. But if there's a war going on and you can delay elections and you have emergency war powers and people rally around the flag, then he probably will get a third term. And the last factor that is very important is the eschatological factor, where if you look at the Epstein files, it's clear that we are run by secret societies. It's clear that the world is run by these individuals who have a lot of power. We don't know who they are, but they control the military. They control the national security apparatus. And these people, there are different names for these people. You can call them the Illuminati. And the Illuminati are composed of three major groups, okay? You have the Jesuits, who control the Vatican. You have the Septine Frankists, which control the modern state of Israel today. And you have the Freemasons, which control the national security apparatus of the United States. And they believe that Israel, this war in the Middle East, is key to the end times in creating heaven on earth. So it's almost like a script that they're following, even though it doesn't make any geopolitical sense. Okay, so I would say that these three are the best reasons why this is happening.
Wow. Well, sir, I hope you come back. This was very informative, I think, for both of us. We deeply appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, if you like that video, hit the like button or leave.
Dude, that is crazy, dude. I mean, I believe it. I 100% believe it. You know, like to think there isn't someone over all of us, over the president, over all the governments playing us like chess pieces. I mean, if you don't believe that at this point, bro, you're just an idiot, you know? Let me see what else was going on. U.S.-Iran 4-week war plan. Yeah, right here. Right here. I wanted to watch this video too. This video right here is pretty lit, guys. It explained Iran and the U.S.-Iran 4-week plan. A lot of it was already done. So when you guys are watching this video, you're going to be like, oh, that already happened. Yeah, pretty much. But, I mean, it gives a good explanation as to what's going on over there, military and strategically wise. So I thought it was informative. I wanted to watch it. Let's get it.
How the U.S. plans the 4-week war attack strategy against Iran. This is week 1. The operation begins with U.S. Navy destroyers firing Tomahawk cruise missiles from hundreds of miles out, designed to completely blind and crush the enemy's anti-air defenses. This is week 2. The objective shifts to destroying the entire Iranian naval fleet. But it's not that easy, as the Iranian Navy fought back, launching surface-to-air and anti-ship missiles at our fighter jets. Here comes week 3. With the skies contested but clearing, the U.S. brings in the heavy hitters. B-2 stealth bombers drop in to eliminate high-value targets hidden deep in underground bunkers. While week 4, the campaign wraps up with a targeted sweep. Advanced stealth fighters, the F-22 Raptors and F-35s, are sent in to hunt down and destroy any remaining ballistic missiles before they can be launched. This is how the first week went. The strategy was twofold. First, leadership decapitation. In the opening hours, precision strikes specifically targeted the highest echelons of the Iranian government, successfully striking the compound of Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei and severely disrupting the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps' chain of command. In the first week, the U.S. military brought out its heavy hitters. Tomahawk land attack missiles were fired from Navy warships heavily built up in the region. Hundreds of Tomahawks were used to blind Iranian radar and destroy heavily fortified infrastructure from a safe standoff distance. Simultaneously, the U.S. deploys the EA-18G Growler. These specialized jets don't drop bombs. Instead, they'd fire concentrated electronic warfare signals that jam Iran's Russian-made S-300 and indigenous Bavar 373 air defense systems. The enemy radar screens literally go blank. This paves the way for 5th-generation aircraft, including F-35 stealth jets and F-22 Raptors, were utilized to slip past early warning systems and clear the skies, paving the way for 4th-generation fighters like the F-15 E-Strike Eagles. After the anti-air defense system were destroyed by these aircrafts, the U.S. Central Command brought out the Cold War-era massive B-52 strategic bomber.
Bro, this fucking channel loves fucking planes, bro. Like,
operating directly over Iranian airspace, dropping heavy payloads on military complexes and IR.
Sometimes it's so annoying because you just want to know what we strategically did in the war. And I get that sometimes it's vital information to know what plane it was, but like, bro, shut the fuck up and get to the point, bro.
GC command centers. Over 1,700 to 2,000 Iranian targets were struck in the first week of the operations. This is the ultimate insult in modern warfare. taking your enemy's most infamous weapon and firing it right back at them. For years, the Iranian Shahed kamikaze drone wreaked havoc. But when the US captured one, they didn't just study it, they cloned it. Stripped down and upgraded with American tech, the US built a mass-produced, expendable swarm drone. In a devastating twist of irony, they launched these one-way attack drones straight back into Iranian airspace. This is week 2 is about taking away the enemy's ability to hit back. First up is the Jashin. When this Iranian fast attack craft approached a US surface action group, it fired a US-made Harpoon missile, a remnant from pre-revolution arms sales. The US cruiser USS Wainwright successfully evaded it using electronic countermeasures and chaff. The US ships instantly returned fire, sinking the Jashin in what became the world's first ever missile duel between warships. Then came the Sahand. This Iranian frigate sailed out to challenge the US fleet and fired at passing aircraft. The response was immediate. Navy attack jets and the destroyer USS Joseph Strauss swarmed the vessel, pummeling the Sahand with missiles and heavy bombs until it caught fire and ultimately sank after its own munitions detonated. Later that same afternoon, a third ship, the Sabalin, tried its luck. The frigate fired a surface-to-air missile at a US jet. The pilot simply dodged the missile, looped right back around, and dropped a 500-pound laser-guided bomb directly down the ship's exhaust stack. The internal explosion completely crippled the vessel. The overarching goal behind all of this was to secure the Strait of Hormuz, the single most critical choke point for global oil. Then comes the third week, launching $2 billion stealth bomber again to hit the underground nuclear programs. The problem is, these aren't just buildings you can level. They are heavily fortified subterranean labyrinths buried deep beneath solid rock. If you wait too long, the enemy moves their most critical assets, nuclear enrichment fuels, into impenetrable bunkers. So the military drops this specialized deep penetration munitions, massive bunker busters designed to slice through the earth and detonate inside the mountain. It's a surgical, violent procedure meant to collapse the underground networks entirely, setting the nuclear program back by decades. By week 4, you've achieved full air superiority. The massive bombing campaigns stop, and the hunting game begins. F-22 Raptors and F-15s take over, aggressively patrolling the entirety of Iranian airspace. They are kept continuously aloft by a steady rotation of flying tankers. It becomes a highly coordinated hunt. Targets are identified by Space Force satellites and Central Command, with the data fed straight to the fighters, usually directed by an E-2D Hawkeye command plane. The primary strategy here is to avoid a ground occupation entirely. Instead, the US controls the battle space from above, striking from the air the absolute second a target exposes itself. They are specifically hunting for missile launchers, which are typically tucked away in hidden underground facilities. To keep the pressure on, MQ-9 Reaper drones patrol the skies 24/7. The moment the enemy rolls out a ballistic missile to attempt a launch, those Reapers are already waiting above, ready to wipe it out with Hellfire missiles. Even if you are bombarded with all kinds of spam emails, jump calls, and all kinds of online breaches with our financial data. This data doesn't just result in spam and scam attempts. It can also affect your insurance rates, and a critical strategic advantage. By utilizing the narrow geography of the Strait of Hormuz, they can still launch devastating close-range strikes against the US Navy fleet. By waiting in ambush near expected carrier movements, Yadar-class submarines could fire a coordinated torpedo strike, targeting the hull and propulsion systems of US carriers. A successful torpedo strike on an aircraft carrier could disable its flight deck operations, significantly reducing the US Navy's ability to project air power in the region. Additionally, these submarines could lay underwater mines in critical sea lanes, forcing US warships into predetermined ambush zones where Iranian missile and drone attacks could follow up. But if the Iranian disable the Navy carrier, can the US still fight back? The answer is yes. Focusing only on the slow-moving ships is a mistake.
Professor
The United
James
States holds an
says we're gonna
ace of its
lose,
sleeve that doesn't need to wait for a clear shipping lane. Even without a carrier strike group, the US can deliver precision strikes for weeks to come. This is the domain of Air Force Global Strike Command. They can deploy the Big 3 strategic bombers anywhere in the world in just 24 hours. First, you have the B-2 Spirit stealth bomber. This is the door kicker. It is the only aircraft in history capable of taking off from Missouri, flying non-stop to Iran, penetrating the most advanced air defense networks undetected, and dropping massive bunker busters on deep underground facilities. Second, the B-1B Lancer, known as the Bone. This supersonic heavy hitter carries the largest payload of any U.S. bomber. It can dash in at high speed and low altitude to deliver massive barrages of cruise missiles or satellite-guided bombs to clear the path. And finally, the B-52 Stratofortress. It may look old, but do not underestimate it. It acts as a flying missile truck, capable of launching long-range cruise missiles from hundreds of miles away, well outside the reach of Iranian air defenses. Let's take a look at how this works. The first line attack involves the B-2 stealth bomber moving in to destroy high-value air defense systems like the famous S-400 Triumph and other surface-to-air missiles, effectively disabling them by using its stealth technology. Next, the B-1 Lancer flies at a very low altitude towards enemy targets to take out older anti-aircraft guns and missiles. This clears the way for conventional aircraft like the B-52 Stratofortress, which can then sweep in to destroy any critical infrastructure without facing anti-aircraft threats. This is the reason they need both the B-2 stealth bomber and conventional bombers, as there are only 19 units of the B-2 Spirit in service to date. Let's shift our focus back to the aircraft carriers. It begs the question, how can a single ship and its crew sustain such a grueling, relentless workload for 4 solid weeks? The reality is, they don't do it alone. To maintain that level of presence and power, you need 2 aircraft carriers. Instead, they will trade entire shifts. This is the doctrine of the battle rhythm. But why do you need this battle rhythm strategy for a carrier strike group? Imagine a floating city with nuclear fuel and 5,000 people. Without a system, it's chaos. Simply put, battle rhythm is the daily heartbeat of the ship. It synchronizes the admiral's decisions with the sailor's sweat. There are 2 pulses. First, the operational pulse. This is the air plan. For 12 to 15 hours, the ship runs continuous cycle operations, launching and catching jets every 60 to 90 minutes. It is a deafening, non-stop assembly line of violence.
Bro, is this what kick is? Is this what kick is? A bunch of people trying to give me bots, bro? Is like, you know, I'm just sitting here streaming so I could clip my content. I got 2 comments from Kick where, like, bro, no, I don't want no bot viewers, dude. I don't want no bot viewers, all right? I got low views. I'm fine with that. I don't want bots. Leave me the fuck alone. It's people, dude. They have this idea that, like, you got to fake it till you make it. No, fuck your bots, bro. If people don't enjoy the stream, if people don't watch me, I learned how to make better content. Fuck off.
Second, the command pulse. While jets fly, commanders cycle through a fixed schedule of intel briefs, targeting boards, and night orders. Battle rhythm turns 24 hours of chaos into a sustainable routine of war. If you lose the rhythm, you lose the fight. We make original videos animated by humans from scratch, so please subscribe.
They got to say that now. They got to say that now because they're called AI Telly. And if they don't say that, they're fucking getting clapped off of YouTube because of YouTube's new shit. we make, what is it, AZ?
War. If you lose the rhythm, you lose the fight. We make original videos animated by humans from scratch.
We make original videos animated by humans from scratch.
So please subscribe.
AI Telly is a shitty name for now. I mean, you know, due to the recent changes to the YouTube algorithm. But, I mean, dude, this Iran war is really out of hand, you know what I'm saying? And it has people with, like, ridiculous opinions, bro. Like, people are making, how do I word it? Like, outlandish claims. Outlandish claims would be the correct word. And then, look, hold on. Look, watch. I'm even going to take you guys, bro. They even got Sneeko, dude. Being a buffoon over here. Hold on. Watch. Let me see what Sneeko said. Sneeko says he'll be casting his vote for Gavin Newsom over J.D. Vance. Now, listen. I'm no J.D. Vance enthusiast. But Sneeko, Gavin over J.D.? Bro. What are you, Clav? What, he doesn't mog, so you're going to fucking choose Gavin Newsom over JD? I mean, I don't want neither of the two, but if those are the runners, I'm definitely not going with Gavin Newsom.
Let's see what Gavin Newsom said. Newsom 2028. Never Vance. Let's
chill, bro. What the fuck are you talking about?
see. Is Newsom on the right side or the wrong side?
We have to reconcile why our bombs were used or Israeli bombs were used to kill children, young girls at a school, and what the imminent threat was. It hasn't been described.
Oh, well, you got my vote, Newsom. Newsom 2028. Newsom 2028. Fuck.
Bro, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? What are you saying? Newsom 2028. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Dude.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Not the way, bro. No. I'm not voting for Newsom 2028.
Fuck JD Vance and Peter Thiel. They can get fucked. Fuck the MAGA movement, these liars, these frauds. You want me to believe that this is the bad guy? At least he says it like it is here. At least he's right about this. Is he gonna?
No, he's not the bad guy. He's just an idiot. Like, look at California. It's a fucking shithole.
To be perfect? Definitely not. No politician is. Is he gonna lie?
That's true.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
But this is how much we need to show that we cannot put our allegiance into JD Vance and the GOP anymore. Fuck that. Newsom mobs. JD Vance is fat.
What are you talking about, bro? JD does not mog, though. It is facts. But that's no reason to fucking vote for Newsom, bro. You know, this Iran war got all these niggas all fucked up.
JD Vance, vote for JD Vance. Nope. Here's JD Vance.
I certainly empathize with Americans who are exhausted after 25 years of foreign entanglements in the Middle East.
It's like he scripted that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's reading from a teleprompter.
I understand the concern.
You're saying entanglements like it's a Will Smith affair, like it's.
But the difference is that back then we had dumb presidents, and now we have a president who actually knows how to accomplish America's national security objectives.
Equivalent to, trust me, bro, this time I got it.
They're really going with the like, it's different this time. No, trust me, bro. No, bro, trust me. It's not like the last time, bro. Like, don't worry about it. Don't worry, bro. You're good.
Listen, bro. JD Vance is not my pick, right? I'm going to be honest. But I'm definitely not going with Gavin Newsom either, bro. Like, bro, you're crazy, bro, if you think I'm voting for Gavin Newsom. You guys let me know. Like, who? All right. You got JD. You got Gavin Newsom. Who are you guys going for? I'm just curious. Dude. Should we go on the Monkey app and start asking people, Gavin or JD? Or maybe we should ask them, do they think the United States will win the war with Iran? When will the war end? That's a good one. I should hop on the Monkey app real quick. Let me see if we could do that. Let's see if we could get that done. Right? What time is it? 9:53. I got about an hour left. Key app. All my shits are all over the place now. That's every time I go to the Monkey app, my screen gets all messed up. All right, let's move this over here. I gotta start learning to put my OBS in like a different spot because it becomes complicated to move things. All right. Boom. Right there, right? That's a good spot. Oh, perfect. Cinematic. All right. Let's ask these people what they think. fuck is my stream at, bro? Restream. Yeah. The hell? There you go. All right, let's ask. Sometimes it messes up, bro. Especially while I'm live, it always messes up. Yo, if it messes up, I know exactly what I gotta do. I know exactly what I gotta do. Because you can't click the top link. You gotta click the second link. Yeah, let's go do that. All right, let's do that real quick. Hold on. Boom. Hey. Hey. Next.
I snapped like 3 times. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, yo, what up, homie? Dude, I've seen you somewhere before, bro.
You ain't seen me nowhere.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
I commerce on my dead.
He looks like a streamer.
Huh? No, I'm a streamer. Bro, I've seen you somewhere. Yo, you know what you look like? You know that guy I think he's from Texas, and he goes, "But I ain't no bitch, nigga." He's a rapper.
Only listen to Chicago rappers.
Is he from Chicago or Texas, bro? You look like
Texas.
but I was on here asking people if they think we're gonna win the Iran war. The war in Iran. Like, what do they think about the war in Iran? Are they with it? Are we with it or against it?
Mm.
That's fair. That's fair. A lot of people don't care. Hey, how do you feel about the war in Iran?
What?
How do you feel about the war in Iran between the U.S.,
Fuck.
Israel, and Iran? Huh? How do you feel? You don't give up. Hey, dude, how many people are doing this shit? Bro, it's so hard to get people to answer, dude. Look, I got to go through 40 people before I can get an answer. I'm going to find a good conversation on here.
Did he just tell me to go get a 9 to 5?
She don't know shit about it. Oh, don't even be mad I skipped her, bro. It's not like she knows shit. Guys, I know my mouse is hovering over it, and it looks like I'm skipping people quickly, but I'm not. Look at my hands. Hey, how do you feel about the war in Iran?
No, I can't be your back.
Hey, how do you guys feel about the war in Iran?
Fuck niggers.
Damn, dude. I can't believe you said that while I was live streaming.
What? Do you play drums?
Can I play drums? No, why? Can you play drums?
You already forgot about it.
Oh,
yo!
I'm tired of seeing you dirty cracker kill yourself.
This shit is so cute.
Oh, shit, dude. You don't get the most intelligent people on this app, do you? Hey, how do you feel about the war in Iran?
From in France.
French, yeah. How do you feel about the war in Iran?
What?
That's what I'm saying. Majority of the world is filled with people that don't know what the fuck is going on.
Still do it. It's rated.
Gooner. They definitely don't know what the fuck is going on. All right. War Iran, how do you feel about it? I'm trying, guys. War in Iran. Bro, if I dressed up like a bitch, I bet they'll comment, bro.
What up, Perrito?
Yo, how do you feel about the war in Iran, dude?
Bro, that's just crazy, bro. Them fools gotta stop all that shit, bro. Why can't the Jews and the fucking terrorists
Whoa.
Iran yeah, but why can't they get along, bro? It's not that hard to get along, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not stupid. Obviously, it's money, and you know how they want to build that fucking the river through the middle of fucking through that bullshit, so they don't have to go around the whole continent. You know how they want to build that river.
Bro, that's interesting, bro. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, fool. Cause that's why it happened, right? You know that's why what's his name attacked them like first back in like 2000 when we like first went into Iran. When Bush to Iran, it was because they wanted to make that fucking middle fucking canal. The canal they wanted to get through what's it called? Where Palestine is and all that bullshit. Like, and the canal runs through there. And what the Jews want to do, they want to get that canal, open it, make it bigger, and make that like a port. Like it's basically gonna cut the time in half, and they're gonna fucking charge people to go through that bitch. So that's why they're invading fucking Palestine and Iran and all that to control that area, to fucking build the thing so they don't have to go all the way around through the continent and pay Russia and Asia and all them bitches pass through their fucking ports through like their bullshit to go around the fucking continent. They literally cut straight through and then fucking cuts the time in half.
Bro, I'm streaming right now, right? And dude, I couldn't tell you how many people did not have a smart answer or just don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Like, you're the first person I run into that seems to know what he's talking about, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you're into it. Like, you pay attention to shit.
Yeah, you're listening a lot. I'm from Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah, you ready? Look, I'm ready too. I'm ready.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, full fucking, it's fucking, you gotta know all that, fool. It's all business, you know? Like, the only reason they want to take over all that shit is fucking money. Like, it's all business, you know?
Yeah, facts.
But it is what it is, fool. What do you think about it, Wayne? What do you think's going on?
Bro, I think, so it's hard to gather a full opinion about it because there's so many people spinning it so many different ways. I do think we got dragged into it because of Israel. I don't think we needed a reason. I don't see the reason as to why we would go in there. You know, they scream death to America and all that shit, but bro, they're all the way over there, bro. They're never gonna hit us, not anytime soon. So, I'm 100% against the war, dude. I did not want the war to happen. I voted to not have no wars to boost the economy, and I'm not getting what I asked for. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I feel about it. It's hard to pick and choose the conspiracies I want to believe in because there's so many.
Exactly.
You get me?
Okay.
There's so many. I'll tell you what though. I do think it's partly Israel's fault. You know, there's probably some other shit we don't know, but
fuck. Oh, they have their own agenda. They have their own shit they want.
Yeah, they have their own shit, and then they dragged us into their shit, and then I don't know, bro. You know what I mean?
We left all that shit a long time ago. Back in like what 2011, like we left that bullshit a long time ago, bro. Why the fuck would we go back in? Like,
why are we back in the Middle East, dude? This is like a horrible decision.
just to come back, and we're not coming back because we want to. Fool, it's Israel that's fucking pushing the U.S. to fucking attack fucking that shit, so you get control over all that bullshit. Fool, it's a feud, bro. You know the fucking Jews, bro. I mean, you know the Jews.
Yeah. Facts.
Oh no, Jews. I've met some pretty.
Nah,
cool Jews.
no hate to Jews, bro. I don't hate Jews. You know what I mean?
I've met some cool Jews, but it's like, come on, bro. Fucking past a certain time, it's like, come on, way. I'm saying she's not sure.
Come on now, dog.
But,
Come on
yeah,
now,
it's
dog.
funny though, bro. But hey, that's a good topic to be on here. You're not gonna get a lot of good answers on here.
Nah, not a lot. Where you from?
Man, I'm from Mexico, bro. I'm from down south, but I'm in Cali right now. I'm up in California right now.
You from down south? Where? Florida?
No, I'm from Mexico.
From Mexico?
Yeah, I'm from Mexico.
Oh, that's crazy. Hey, bro, you almost sound like a Florida nigga for real.
Nah, hell no, bro. Hey, I wish.
I'm from Florida. I'm from Miami, MIA 305.
Hey, that's right.
Yeah.
But no, I've been to New Jersey and Georgia, Atlanta, all that bullshit. But
Were you born in Mexico?
Yeah, fuck yeah, bro. That's where I'm from. I go down there, I think I'm about to go down there in like 3-4 days.
Damn, you be traveling, bro.
Hell yeah, fool. I was in Idaho, Utah, Nevada, fucking Arizona, fucking.
Damn, what you do for work, bro? If you don't mind me asking.
I travel, bro. I make money. Construction. I do construction.
Oh, money. Money. You making money.
Hell yeah, bro. You got to, bro. You have to grind. You got to grind that bitch. Look at shit.
Yeah, facts, bro.
Yeah, but.
But all right, then, dog. Stay blessed.
Yeah, hey, stay safe, Carlito. Fucking. That's a good topic.
Yeah. I fuck with it. You smart, bro. The next person's a dumbass. The next person's just a fucking idiot, bro. Oh, that's crazy, bro. Holy shit, dude. You can't make that shit up, bro. You really can't, dude. Holy shit. Man, bro. But yeah, with that, we out, bro. Thank you guys for watching my live, bro. If you guys tuned in, bro, hit that follow button. Like, comment, subscribe if you're watching me on YouTube. If you're watching me on Kick, hit that follow button because I would really appreciate it. I'm just starting my kickoff. All these people trying to get me to buy bots. I'm not fucking buying bots. Get the fuck away from me. I'm not buying bots. Leave me alone, bro. That shit already got exposed.